Hey crafty friends, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that your day is going really awesome. I have two cards today, one using the Color Blocks Slimline edges and the other one is the Color Block Mini Petals. So this is the Slimline edges and I'm just going to use the one die. I'm going to die cut this. I think I die cut it 4 times from white cardstock. So it die cuts the scalloped part and the top part it doesn't die cut. So I just trimmed it out with my paper trimmer once I was done. And then I trimmed it down on the sides so that way it'll fit my A2 size card, even though I trimmed down the panel that this is on even smaller than that. So super simple. Die cut this 4 times, trim it down with my paper trimmer to get it to the right size that I want to use because I am not making a slimline card with this. Then I'm going to ink blend each one of these little scallops. Now you could just die cut each one of these sections in different colors and line that up and you know, overlap it however you want to do. But I thought it'd be fun to just do some ink blending for each one of these scallops. So I'm using Simon Says Stamps Pawsitively Saturated Inks in Peachy, Lemonade, Celery, Bubblegum, and SEAFOAM. So I'm just alternating the colors and I'm going to do the same thing for the next 4 little scalloped panels that I have going on. I'm using the mini blender brushes because it makes it super easy to blend this. Okay, so now I have my piece of white cardstock. This is trimmed down quite a bit. I have it taped in place and I'm just lining it up with my grid paper so I can line up these scalloped edges. So I'm going to lay down this first one and I want the scallop going past the white cardstock because I want that to be the bottom. Then I'm going to offset the other pieces to the one below it. And I love how this looks. I just love those colors. I think it is so fun. So I'm going to just tape this in place, bringing in my last piece, overlapping that and offsetting it. Then I'm just going to trim the excess off of the sides, but again, not the bottom, because I do want that bottom to have the scalloped edge. I am going to trim down that white part just a little bit more because it's a little big for my A2 size white card base that I'm going to put this on. So I'm going to trim a little bit off the top and a little bit off the side just because I don't like that little edge that was on there. It wasn't like a clean edge. Now I have a sentiment that says blow out the candles. This was a sentiment that was already stamped and white heat embossed on black cardstock from Tailored Expressions. Then I came in with the large die of the month for March and I die cut these flowers, these gold flowers here. I used gold mirror cardstock and then the leaves are gold touch cardstock. It's a glitter cardstock from Cardstock Warehouse. Now these flowers usually lay on top of each other and make kind of like that kaleidoscope look. But I obviously did not do it that way. I just kept them separate, which I actually really liked. I'm going to pop some of these up with foam tape and then the other ones I will have adhered directly to the background. Then I will pop this up onto a white A2 size card base with foam tape because I want this whole back panel to have some dimension. Now I brought in the gold because obviously all the color is on those fun scallops from that Color Block Slimline edge. So I just wanted to keep this very simple, but I do like a little bling, so that's why I brought in the gold mirror and the gold glitter cardstock. I'm just using my reverse tweezers to help kind of tuck those pieces in and my Barely Art glue to adhere that down. I'm going to be using Studio Katia's Gold Fever Confetti. I'm going to add some of those to the centers of the flower and then a few of those scattered around this whole little card panel. Now you could make your card panel just this size and add a back to it, and that would be really cute too. But I did pop it up with foam tape in the center of my white card base, and then this card is done, and I am in love with it. I think it's so cute. I love those scalloped edges. They are so much fun. Okay, our next card is using the Color Block Mini Petals. And I thought about it after I was done. I was like, I could have made flowers out of this and that would have been really cute too. But there's 2 dies in that. So you have a solid piece and then you have these open pieces like the little frame pieces of different sizes. And I used Stamp Market's new colors. It's the April color release, Color Crush release. I bought the pack of cardstock that has all the colors in it. I think I used all the colors but 2. So I do have that listed and linked below, and I just die cut multiples of that. Now, I lined up that bottom part good, and then when I did this top part here, I did not line it up the same. So it's a little off, but I'll be honest, I don't think it matters all that much when the design is completely finished. Now, I used tons of teals in this and greens, and I love the pop of the yellow and the pink. I think it is so fun. I thought I would throw in some of these solid pieces, and I was going to leave it like that, but then when it was all done, I didn't love it, so I just added like 1 frame piece per solid piece, if that makes sense. There is no rhyme or reason to why I'm filling in these colors the way I am. I'm just kind of going with it, and whatever felt good, I added in there. I ended up having to die cut a few more pieces because I was running out of certain colors, but that was just real quick. Some of these I am filling in all the way except for that white. Except for the very center piece, I left white. I did want to have pops of white throughout, but it would also be cute if you brought in some pops of gold or silver, whatever color you like, as those little center pieces. But there is the little center pieces. I just opted to not use them. I'm just gluing into every open little white spot. I am going to leave that white spot in the center. That was definitely part of my design thought process. Some of these I will leave open with just like 2 frames in them, and then some of them I will do all the way down. Now here's where I brought in just 1 frame per solid piece because it just looked unfinished, and so I was really glad I did this. Some of the colors matched, some of the colors didn't, but I love how it turned out. And then I'm just going to trim off all the excess pieces. I will adhere this to a white A2 size card base. I'm going to add my sentiment that says, "Oh, yes, you did," and a few crystal clear confetti pieces onto this. Now, this is a very die cut heavy card, but once that's done, I mean, it takes a minute, but at the same time, when you're gluing everything in, it goes fairly quick. I do love this. I think it's a super cute design, and I may have to use this die again if I have some time. Also, I want to say if you guys like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, comment, share, and like. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much for all of your support, and I will be back soon with another video. Thank you. Bye.